Hey there, welcome to the Get Fully Funded channel. I'm Sandy Reese, Chief Encouragement Officer here at Get Fully Funded, where we help small nonprofits learn to raise the money they need to fully fund their budget. I am here to help you master the art and science of fundraising, tip by tip, and I've got a really good one for you today. But first, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that every time we upload a new piece of content, you're the first one to know. All right, let's get to this week's tip. Let's talk about one of everybody's favorite topics, and that's budgets. Woo! I know. Okay, humoring me here for a minute. The budget for your nonprofit is super important, and I am stunned at how many organizations do not have anything in writing when it comes to a budget. I was talking to an organization or someone from an organization yesterday. They have a $4.5 million flow of cash through their organization, but there is no written budget, and oh, I just cringe for them. That's so bad. That's so bad. Budgets are going to help you manage your organization. They're going to be a very beneficial tool for so many reasons. You've got to have them if you're going to go after grants. You're going to have major donors who want to see them. Your board should be looking at them. All right, so look, if you don't have a budget, now is a good time to start. Doesn't really even matter when your fiscal year starts or ends or whatever. If you don't have a budget in writing, today is a good day. So let me give you 4 tips that'll make this a little bit easier to put your budget together. Okay, number 1, use real numbers. Don't estimate. Don't say, well, I think we spend about $10,000 on program supplies. No. Go and look and see exactly what did you spend last year. Look at your plans for the coming year. Use estimates from vendors for everything that you've got. As often as you can, use real numbers. This is not the time to wing it. This is not the time for a wild guess. There will be some items on your budget that you might have to make a good estimated guess, but I want you to do that based on what you know. Tip number 2, based on what you know, write everything down. So document your assumptions, document where the numbers came from. If you got estimates for certain kind of supplies, write down where the estimates came from. Write down if you're assuming you're going to deliver a certain program once a week or once a quarter, whatever it looks like, write it down somewhere. If you used a certain number based on last year's historical data, write that down. Trust me, you will not remember later where those numbers come from or where they came from, where you got them, and you're going to be scratching your head going, I don't know why I put that number there. Write it all down. All right, number 3, don't do this alone. Even if you are the only person in your organization, you need a couple of board members to look at this with you, because other people need to understand your thinking, your philosophy, the strategy, everything that's going into putting this budget together. If you have team members, volunteers, staff, whomever, let people participate in the creation of the budget. I remember once working with an organization where the development director, the person responsible for raising money, was not included in preparation of the budget, and that is so backwards. So basically, those on high created the budget and then handed it down, and the development director had no say in whether or not the numbers were realistic. They had just put numbers on the revenue side without consulting the fundraiser to see if those were realistic and if they were doable or not. Don't do that. Let people have input into both revenue and expenses, and this is going to be a lot better. Now, tip number 4 is to have a process for this. Putting a budget together, especially for the first time, is not something you're going to bang out in about an hour this afternoon. So give yourself some space. Think about this in steps. Step 1 is going to be deciding on the format. Do you want to do this in Excel? Do you want to do it with pen and paper? Are you going to do it in QuickBooks? Like, where are you going to do the budget? Number 2, gather the data. Like, decide even on the line items that you want to include. Start gathering information. Rough it out. Look at your revenue and your expenses and see how different are the bottom line numbers. If they're real different, you may have to go back and make some adjustments here or there. So use these tips to help you create a budget. You're gonna need one. If your organization is a nonprofit, you need a written budget, the end. I don't care if you haven't started raising money yet. I don't care if you have $4.5 million. You need a budget as a tool to manage your organization. So get started with these tips and let us know if we can be of help. If you like this video, there's plenty more where this one came from. Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so that every time we add a new tip, you're the first to find out. I don't want you to miss a single thing.